Investing your way to £1 million is simple, but definitely not easy. It's boring and it's my favourite way to invest. Today, you'll know which account most Brits ignore. The debt mistakes aren't costing five figures, and the one move that can feel like free money. This is how normal people become millionaires without being lucky. Step one, build your emergency fund. Think of this as time insurance, cash that protects your cash flow. If your income stops, target 3 to 6 months of essential expenses in an easy access savings account. This is what the experts recommend. This safety net stops you panic selling investments or racking up 30% APR debt when life throws a curveball. I've lived month to month for long periods in the past, and it's not a nice feeling. Always worrying about the bills, about the car potentially breaking down, or worrying about my job coming to an end. This affected my mental health as I was constantly anxious about money. This all changes with a cash buffer. It gives you a buffer and brings much needed calmness. And when you are calm and neutral around money, it makes you a much better investor from my experience. If you want a bit of help and support with your personal finances so you can build your own cash buffer, see below for my recent playlist, How to Retire Early. Video 2 of the 5 videos go into personal finances in detail. Step 2, workplace pension. In the UK, your 401k match equivalent is your workplace pension under auto enrolment. At minimum, most employees put money in when you do. Many offer better than legal minimum. Some match up to a cap, contribute at least enough to get the full employer contribution. That's the closest thing to a legal 100% instant return you'll ever see. Automate via payroll so you never miss the money. If your employer offers salary sacrifice, you can often save employee national insurance as well, boosting the net benefit even further. If you're a contractor, you can also invest into a SIP, and there are really good tax benefits, which is always good. Step 3, pay off high interest debt. Credit card APRs in the UK often sit in the 20 to 35% range. There is no safe investment that reliably beats that. Pay it off fast, because people that don't end up with tens of thousands pounds of debt. Use the avalanche. Minimum payments on all cards. Then throw every spare pound at the highest APR first. Move to the next, repeat. Kill it. Then redirect those payments into your ISA and your pension. Optional tactic, a 0% balance transfer card can buy you time only if you cut the old card. Set a repayment plan and clear it before the promo ends. Now, I'm not a personal finance expert at all, but I know how important it is to get on top of your personal finances so you can invest into assets. If you can do this long term, you can retire early and live life on your own terms. This sounds good? Hit the subscribe button and let's build wealth together. Step 4, the UK's holy grail, stocks and shares ISA. The closest UK has to a US Roth IRA is your stocks and shares ISA, the one most Brits ignore because most Brits are savers. Invest after tax money, and all growth and dividends are tax free when you take them out. Prioritise filling your ISA every tax year before you spill into taxable investing. If you can max out your stocks and shares ISA every month for 20 years, so that's £1,666 each month, and if you can get average returns of 10% by investing into a global index fund, for example, you'll end up with over £1.2 million. £865,000 of that money is total interest earned. This, if you didn't know, is the power of compound interest. And this interest earned feels like free money when you start to see it build up in your ISA. As always, nothing in this video should be taken as financial advice, and the full disclaimer can be found below in the description. Step 5, buy your first home when the numbers work. Owning isn't always cheaper today, but over the long term, it does two powerful things. One, it forces saving through equity build-up, and two, it helps lock in housing costs versus rent inflation. When you look into it, homeowners and pension savers show up again and again in the Millionaire data. In the UK, a sensible first place and a boring repayment mortgage can transform your net worth over a decade or longer. Don't buy for bragging rights, buy for security, stability, and future cash flow. I've been buying property since I was 19 and I have a small portfolio. It's a key part of my overall portfolio. It's not for everyone, but it is an option to consider. So you can buy properties to rent out or use your own home later in life, because initially it's not an asset, but it can become an asset if you end up downsizing. Then you have extra cash to go towards your pension. I know people who are climbing the property, getting bigger, more expensive houses, properties over the years with the plan of downsizing later in life and using the cash to retire comfortably. What about you? Would you buy properties to add to your overall investment portfolio or use your own home? Step 6, life insurance to protect the plan. If someone relies on your income or you've taken on a mortgage, level term or decreasing term, life cover is cheap. Clean protection. Typical terms 20 to 30 years. A rule of thumb is to think about 10 to 20x annual income to cover your family, so your family can draw 4 to 5% income while keeping the lump sum intact. In the UK, the premium difference between sensible term cover and complex cash value policies is massive. Keep it simple and invest the difference in your ISA or your pension. Loads of people I've met over the years as an investor and contractor don't like to even think about life insurance. Never mind pay the monthly direct debit to make sure you're covered. I've had life insurance in place since I started working offshore 15 years ago. I was scared of helicopters and wanted to make sure my wife and 2 daughters were okay if anything happened to me offshore. Might sound pretty morbid, but for me it's an absolute must and a key part of my long-term plans when it comes to money. Step 7, after ISA and pension, a general investment account. Once you've built the emergency fund, maxed employer pension contributions, you're happy with, you've got no debt, you've filled your ISA, now you can open a general investment account for overflow. Keep costs low, automate monthly investing, and consider a core global equity fund. If you want a measured shot at higher returns, you can have a slice towards sectors with stronger growth, like technology, AI, for example, using diversified ETFs. Putting it all together, follow the 7 steps, and I'm confident you can become a millionaire. Retire early and live life on your own terms. Stability first, emergency fund. You don't blow up your plan. Free money, workplace pension match. Accelerates compounding. Delete 30% APR, debt avalanche. Guaranteed return. Tax-free compounding with your stocks and shares ISA. The engine. Home equity. Sensible first home or rentals. Forced saving and future cash flow, or buy rental properties as I mentioned. Protect the plan with life insurance. Your family keeps the house and the strategy. Scale up with a general investment account. Optional growth once the foundation is set. None of this requires picking the next top crypto coin or stock, because high risk assets like Bitcoin and crypto isn't for everyone. But today's 7-step plan is all about being the most boring person in Britain repeatedly. But after all that, can you really become a millionaire? The answer is yes, but you've got to have the discipline to invest long term. For example, if you invest £500 a month for 29 years, assuming you invest in a global index fund and get average returns of 10%, you would end up with just over £1 million. Like I said at the start, it's simple, but investing every month for 29 years is not going to be easy. Summary. Today I've given you 7 simple steps to go from zero to millionaire. Before we finish, I just want to tell you why I'm so passionate about this channel. It's because I was never taught about investing or personal finance at school, and I've had to learn the hard way over the last 24 years. I've literally spent years making mistake after mistake and being far too anxious about money. And I know that's the same for the vast majority in the UK. But things have massively improved for me since 2019, and it's mainly because of a change in mindset and financial education. If you take the time to become financially literate, it leads to financial freedom. Now you're ready to invest, but you're not quite sure how to invest. See below for a recent video where you'll find out step by step how to invest into global index funds, giving you plenty of options to choose from. Thanks for watching.